There we go. Good evening. I would like to invite everybody to the Pennsylvania State Council of Farm Organizations educational session. And this evening we have with us the Pennsylvania Dairy Princess and Promotion Services Incorporated. I'm going to go ahead and hand this over to Laura Dalbert, who is the Administrative Director. Laura, you're on.
Thank you, Lizzie, and thank you to the Pennsylvania State Council of Farm Organizations for inviting us this evening to share a little bit about our program. As Lizzie said, we are the Pennsylvania Dairy Princess and Promotion Services, Inc. We're also known as PDPPS, and we are a 501c5 nonprofit organization. Our board of directors consists of 4 regional representatives and 1 at-large representative. They employ a program director, Carrie Anderson, and administrative director to run the day-to-day operations. We both work from our homes. Carrie is a full-time employee and I am a part-time employee as administrative director for almost 10 years. I'm also a full-time dairy farmer with my husband in West End, Union County, and we have 4 young children. So today we are going to share about who we are and a little bit about our sponsors and our sponsorship opportunities. Also discuss our county programs, promotions and events, and then you'll have an opportunity to hear from our state royalty team. So our mission at PDPPS is to plan and conduct the training of young people to serve as dairy industry promoters now and as agricultural leaders in the future. And we work with our local county committees in their promotional effort and their Dairy Princess programs to promote the sale and consumption of milk and dairy products at the grassroots level through the state of Pennsylvania. So as you see on your screen, that is our PDPPS Board of Directors and that I mentioned about above with our new state royalty team. And so we also coordinate the selection and activities of the State Dairy Princess Royalty, which Carrie will speak on in a few minutes. Our vision is to grow passionate dairy leaders by creating educational and promotion opportunities that connect consumers with the dairy industry of today and tomorrow. So that's a little bit about our mission and our vision. And then next, I would like to, as administrative director, I handle the financial side of things and discuss that we are primarily funded through farmers' dairy checkoff funds, through American Dairy Association Northeast and Pennsylvania Dairy Promotion Program, as well as Allied Milk Producers Cooperative. Each year we apply for a grant through Pennsylvania Dairymen's Association. Those are our 4 main organizations who are key premier class sponsors for our organizations and truly help to fund. However, it's a team effort and we need everyone involved. So as you can see, we have different class levels and different sponsorship levels for the other business and industry who yearly contribute to our program. As an organization, we also hold a few fundraisers throughout the year through our apparel and novelty sales, as well as our toasted cheese and ice cream float sales at Ag Progress Days. Through our county programs and our state royalty team, our goal is connecting the consumers by sharing the benefits of consuming dairy in their diets and about dairy farming through educational activities, events, and appearances. So that's our main goal as we look at, how we're going to move forward. And I would like to turn it over to Carrie to discuss more about our programs.
Okay, as Laura said, I am Carrie Anderson, the program director. I've been with PDPPS for 1 year in this position. It'll be November 1st is when I started. But prior to that, I did do the incentive reports and then before that, involvement with the county program through Huntington County and Fulton County. I have been married for 30 years. We have 2 grown children and 4 grandchildren. My connection with dairy would be a lot of fond memories from my grandfather's, which is still it's in its generation, and it's in Fulton County, Pigeon Cove. They still are in full operation. And so that would be my connection with the dairy industry, besides my daughter being involved as state royalty team in 2016. So I would just like to take a few minutes to look at this slide. And this is some information from our county programs, our grassroots promoters. You'll hear us say that often. Grassroots promoters, it just incorporates the small community approach to promotions in communities with each committee. And as you can see, we have in these pictures some of our events. And right now we have 27 county princesses. We have 18 alternate, 200 junior promoters, which are our ambassadors, which can be age 16 and up. And then we have our dairy maids, dairy misses, and little misses. And we have over 220 county volunteers and leaders. And with that group effort there, with all those numbers, you can see our promotions for last year, the 2022-2023 promotion year. All those numbers accumulate to over 5,000 promotions in the different categories: school, media, booth, and special. And the media can be social, it can be newspaper, radio, or public service announcement. When we're out at an event and we have the opportunity to take the microphone and share the dairy message, we will do so. So we have a program called Promoter of the Month, which encourages our county programs to send in their incentive forms, and they are rewarded for their efforts there. And just a little side note I want to mention is Juniata County was our Promoter of the Month for last month, and they do not currently have a dairy princess. So that's just a fun fact that we can still get our dairy message out there. And our committee members, junior promoters, and ambassadors are working hard to do that within our county. So the SRT, as you can see, our state royalty team, which you'll hear us say SRT and PDPPS, a lot of acronyms, but so SRT, our state royalty team, joins in together with our county programs. Often you'll see the state royalty team at bigger events, dinners, bigger promotions throughout the state, but we also like to have them at our county events. And one first time promotion that we did this year was with Fill a Glass with Hope with Feeding PA. We raised had a 5K, that's that top picture there. And then Natalie, last year's alternate dairy princess, was in Erie County, and she actually lives on the eastern side of the state. So that was a kind of a little adventure road trip for her. It was fun. And then the picture down in the corner there was at Hershey Park. That is a promotion that's sponsored by Allied. So we're very grateful for our county promoters and what we call the grassroots promotions going on across our state. As Laura has mentioned, she had talked a little bit about our program, the opportunities that we have with training. So we have 4 training opportunities throughout the year. Committee and promoters are required to attend those at least one training throughout the year, so that they do have the current information and knowledge to go out and promote. So at this time, I'm going to share, here's a little bit of information. If you're interested in having the state royalty team at your event, these are my contact. This is the contact information, my email, my phone number, and then also social media through Facebook, Instagram, and our webpage. Feel free to reach out. If our state royalty team is not available, we'll try really hard to get a county dairy princess or committee member at your event. We're just excited and very encouraged to share that dairy message. And so there's that information. And then I'm going to go ahead and turn it over to Alexis Butler, our state dairy princess.
Hello, everyone. My name is Alexis Butler, or better known as Lexi. I grew up on a small crop production farm in Pine Grove, Schuylkill County, specializing in hate production. I grew up around the dairy industry, showing dairy cattle since I was 9 years old, and I've worked on 2 different dairy farms in the past 3 years. I serve as the Pine Grove FFA chapter president, and I've always loved agriculture and especially the dairy industry. Growing up with cows and creating bonds with them gave me a love for the industry and kick-started my promoting journey. I was a little dairy miss when I was 7 years old and decided to be a dairy maid when I was 15, which was around the time I really was getting involved in agricultural education and promotion. I later on became the Schuylkill County Dairy Princess when I was 16 years old. I was blessed with and honored with the title Pennsylvania Dairy Princess this past September, where I turned 17 right before competition. This journey has brought me so many opportunities for educating consumers about our beloved industry and chances for myself to learn more. Since I started with the PDPPS program, I've had so many amazing opportunities to promote dairy. My favorite promotion is the Schuylkill County Fair because of the thousands of people who come through every year. It is such an amazing opportunity to spread the good news about dairy products and agriculture. Through FFA, I have done various public speaking contests, and it showed me a surprising new passion. I placed in 5 of the 7 categories at the state competition, and almost all of them included public speaking. Through this opportunity, I've gained so much knowledge and practice in my skills that I will use for the rest of my life. Overall, I am blessed and thankful God led me to this program and blessed me with this title. I am excited for the year ahead with Emily and Mackenzie, and I'm proud to serve the hardworking dairy farmers as the Pennsylvania Dairy Princess. I'll turn it over to Emily.
Thank you, Lexi. Good evening. My name is Emily Wright, and I'm the Pennsylvania Alternate Dairy Princess. I'm from Cochranton, where I live on my family's 3rd-generation dairy beef farm, Right Way Farm. Our farm started operation in the 1960s by my grandfather and is now run solely by my father. I have some typical responsibilities on the farm, such as chores, but for fun, I enjoy showing our cattle at various shows alongside my sisters. Since the COVID outbreak in 2020, a lot on our farm has changed. We have had to sell all of our dairy cattle. However, we still manage our beef herd of about 70. After this hard change, I had felt I had lost my connection with the dairy industry because I wasn't quite sure where I fit in anymore. This is what inspired me to run for Dairy Princess. I want to find my purpose and place in the dairy industry over this next year. Things may look different now, but I am finding new ways to reconnect and pursue a passion I hold dear to my heart. While preparing for state pageant, I wasn't sure if I wanted to win a state title or if I was even good enough to win. Promoting and pageants are both very new to me. However, I practiced every morning and did the best I could. With the help of my mom, county committee, and the past state princess, I was able to place with my speech, skit, dairy knowledge exam, poster board, and recipe. I am truly excited and blessed to have this once-in-a-lifetime opportunity, and being able to share it with Lexi and Mackenzie makes it even better. And with that, I'm going to pass it on to Mackenzie.
Good evening. I am Mackenzie Thomas, the Pennsylvania Alternate Dairy Princess, and it's my privilege to be here with you tonight. So my dairy story actually began in November of 2021. I'm incredibly proud to be a part of Furnace Hill Holsteins, a 500 head Holstein farm in South Lebanon, where I work for Joel and Chrissy Kroll. I didn't have a traditional start in the dairy industry because, unlike Lexi and Emily, I didn't have the privilege of growing up on a farm. But there was a farmer who decided to take a chance on a girl who just had to be involved in the dairy industry. Fast forward 2 years, I have the privilege of serving as the Pennsylvania Alternate Dairy Princess. I'm more involved than ever on the farm with milking, feeding, and assisting in medical care, and I'm working on cultivating a small show herd of red and white Holsteins and a small team to showcase Furnace Hill's stellar genetics. Outside of work, I enjoy riding my dirt bike and truck pulling at local and state fairs. At state competition, I competed in all 7 of our events, placing in speech, scrapbook, the dairy promotion knowledge test, and my radio spot. I had a blast at state competition, and I've tremendously enjoyed the beginning of my year with Lexi and Emily. I haven't gotten to do anything with the whole team yet, but so far my favorite fair was the Bloomsburg Fair because of all the food and all the pulling trucks were showing up. So me and Lexi had a blast looking at all of them. But I can't wait for this year, and I'm so proud to serve on the team. So I'm going to turn it back over to Laura.
Actually, it's going to Carrie.
Sorry, Carrie.
It's okay. Carrie. Hopefully she's still with us. Both of
Yes,
us.
I'm
Oh,
here. I'm
she-
here. I'm sorry. I'm sorry.
It's
Yeah.
okay. Both of
Okay,
us
sorry.
live in rural America or rural Pennsylvania, so sometimes Zoom throws some glitches. So Carrie, go ahead.
Yeah. Okay, so when Lizzie had invited us, we had talked about it would be really fun to do an actual toast. So I had asked SRT to get a milk toast ready, and I thought it would be fun to share a recipe for milk punch. And so this is a fun fact. I got this recipe from a recipe book, Royal Recipes, that dated from 1974 to 1990. And this recipe is from a 1978 Pennsylvania State Dairy Princess, Lisa Miller. So I think that this recipe looks really yummy. And I'm going to ask the state royalty team to get their toast ready, and we'll go on, move forward with that. You guys can go ahead when you're ready.
All right. Here's to the dairy farmers who work from sun up to sundown, who care for the land they live on, who tend to their animals, who provide numerous jobs to those in their communities, and who care for their families, animals, neighbors, and the world.
Here's to the dairy cattle that teach us how to care for something other than ourselves, who appreciate all the hard work their farmers do for them every day, who steal the hearts of the toughest men and women, and who lend a listening ear after a hard day's work, who produce nature's most nearly perfect beverage, milk.
Here's to the dairy princesses who act as a voice for the hardworking farmers that must be on the farm, who work diligently to learn the ins and outs of the dairy industry, and who offer a kind face, a genuine smile, and a soft hand. We are proud to have the opportunity to bridge the gap between consumers and farmers and grow our passion for this amazing industry. Cheers.
Cheers.
Thank you. Lizzie, did you have any questions for us?
Do you want to talk a little bit? Do you know what really impresses me about every year I've worked with Dairy Princesses, and it just seems 6, 7 years. And I'm just always impressed. If I'm at Farm Show, we've been challenged a couple times and we've needed help, and the girls have stepped right up, but they're so prepared. And I've been fortunate to come 2 years a row and be part of judging when they're doing these things. Would somebody want to talk about what goes into what they're learning in their presentations?
Sure. So we, as we had mentioned, there are 4 different training opportunities, but the one that is for our county princesses and alternates, we call that our Dairy Princess Training Seminar. And it's a 4.5-day event in July. And the princesses from across the state come, and we have presenters from American Dairy Association Northeast, Allied, Dairymen's Association. We have people, industry, people coming in to speak on a variety of topics that are dairy related. And then we do an on-farm tour where they can see the workings of the farm. So as Mackenzie had mentioned, she had, of course, has experience now with her position and her job, but there are actually some dairy princesses that, because of experience in the program itself, they're really not on the farm. So during that seminar, we give them that opportunity, and they can see. This year we had a hoof trimmer, we had genetics there. They got to walk through the milking parlor. Heard our board member, Tanya Baldwin from Lancaster, she did a session on herd management. So there are so many opportunities for them to learn about the industry itself, but then the leadership development that we offer, we give during that week And as you mentioned, Lizzie, you come in and help critique the skits, and then we have actual mock interview sessions so they can go through the actual interview and get a feel of what that's like if they would be applying for a job. I think that some of the Dairy Princesses might lead into it thinking it's prep for the competition, the state competition, but the bigger picture is that it's leadership development for life skills, public speaking, job review, whenever they're able to do their PSA or radio spot, we call it, there's a competition during states, that it just affords them the opportunity to just practice and get better and get better and get better at it. So Lexi, Emily, Mackenzie, do you want to speak on anything like your experiences at seminar, some of the things that you learned through your year?
For me at seminar, I really took a lot from the speakers that we had. PDPPS did a really great job of bringing in a lot of industry professionals from all different kinds of parts of the dairy industry, and having that time to not only learn, but have time to ask questions after and get to converse with the other dairy princesses, because there's other princesses that taught me a lot too. So overall, the whole seminar really was really great education opportunity.
One thing I will say to add to that is I had the privilege of going to seminar my first year as an alternate. I served as the Lebanon County alternate dairy princess. And while some of the information was the same, a lot of it had changed. It had been updated, and they did a great job of covering new things. People asked different questions from year to year, and I learned so much my second year, having an idea of what it was going to be about, but just, oh my goodness, every year is so much new information, and it's really great. It's a great time.
Coming into seminar, I really didn't know what to expect. I've never been a dairy princess before, so being able to actually sit down and ask questions with an SRT team and other county princesses about what my responsibilities are as a county dairy princess was extremely helpful, because I knew what to expect for state pageant. I knew what I was supposed to be promoting. I learned a lot of helpful information of how to educate today's youth and just adults all around my county. It helped me a lot to prepare to be able to answer questions that I didn't know how to answer before I went to seminar.
I just know.
Laura, I'm sorry, Lizzie, go ahead.
No, that's okay. I was just going to say that I was just so very impressed, and that you all don't know, but from a distance, you've been mentoring me, because I've kind of replicated some of the things that you do for leadership at our little Ag Expo that gets held over in the Newville area. And so the girls are going to be doing some meetings and trainings, and they've been out doing their events and going to parades, but we're really putting a leadership little program with it for them. So it isn't just about getting a crown and going out and just having your crown and sash and being at a few events. We're really trying to make it more. But you all have been my mentor in doing that. So I just want to say thank you, but I'm very impressed with the whole program.
That's encouraging. Thank you. Laura, did I miss anything between what SRT and what we shared? So
No, you did a great job.
okay.
Wayne, do you have any questions?
I don't have any questions, but I will make a comment since you mistakenly gave me the mic. To the directors, my wife Debbie and I were asked to travel out to Huntington County several years ago and help judge a Dairy Princess event. And I will say that when we got there was only one girl competing for the Dairy Princess, but they still wanted her to go through the process so that she was a little bit familiar with what would happen down at Hershey. But they also asked the girls that were, I'm going to say, about 4 years from actually competing in the pageant or in the for actual title of Dairy Princess to also come up and talk. And I told Jody Keith Kensinger when the program was over, I said, when these girls are ready to compete, don't call me to be a judge. I graduated from the FFA in 1973. Lizzie can tell you I've spoken all across Pennsylvania and across the nation on broadband, solar, some other subjects, testified before Senate hearing and other events. And those 10, 11, 12-year-old girls were some of the most impressive speakers I have seen in my life. They come up to the podium, they had their notes on a cell phone, and they engaged the audience. There was no ums, oh, and they had it down pat. And that was at the ages of 10, 11, and 12. And girls, I want to commend you on what you do. It is so hard to go out and meet the public and try and educate the public. And you would be amazed that even the amount of legislators in Harrisburg that need educated on dairy and farm life and even smart farm equipment and everything else here in Pennsylvania. So thank you for what you do. I appreciate what you do and encourage you to keep it up in the future. Thank you.
Oh, wonderful. If
So
anyone,
I am from Huntington County, so that is exciting, and I will take that back to the committee.
it is great stuff. I 2 years ago, I think it was at Farm Show, I needed some help with the kids program, and your girls weren't lined up to do it. And I went over and I asked, and they were available, and they came over, and it was like I ran through the project one time and like they just got it like that. And the queen at that time looked at me, she said, Lizzie, we're okay. You're good. And I'm like, okay, just one time, got it. Wonderful. So it's great. It's great to know that we have youth so active and just want to be out there promoting. It just always impresses me. So,
Oh.
well,
I wanted to add here real quick. Can you still see my screen? I think I hit the wrong button.
Yeah, we can.
Okay, I wanted to make a correction for the PA Dairy, our website. It's www.padairy.org. There is no comma. That is my mistake. So,
Okay.
just make a note of that correction.
okay, perfect. All right. Well, I just want to say again, thank you for participating in this. We're gonna do our diligence here and get this shared with, we have about 50 association members with the Pennsylvania State Council, and we will put you up on our YouTube channel anytime that you would like to participate with us in anything. I just kicked off last week that we were interested in doing podcasts, and so we could do those, or if you'd like to have another opportunity to recording anytime, all you have to do is just let us know. Wayne sits
Okay.
on our board with the Pennsylvania State Council of Farm Organizations. So
Okay.
thank
All
you.
right. Thank you.
All right. With that, I'm going to go ahead and we're going to end our program here.